The 80s, 90s, and early 2000s were full of cinematic gems that may not have achieved blockbuster status but hold a nostalgic place in our hearts. Here's a look at 10 obscure movies from childhood that may have faded from mainstream memory, but still live on for those who watched them on repeat. 1. The Pagemaster, 1994. In this blend of live action and animation, a young Macaulay Culkin gets transported into a magical world of books. Guided by anthropomorphic book characters, he journeys through genres to find his way back. The movie introduced many to the wonders of adventure, horror, and fantasy, yet remains a forgotten gem today. 2. Blank Check, 1994. Pre-teen fantasy at its finest, Blank Check tells the story of a kid who accidentally gets a blank check and writes himself $1 million. He spends it on his dream life, complete with a mansion and gadgets. Despite its improbable premise, it was a staple for 90s kids dreaming of unlimited funds. 3. Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland, 1989. This colorful animated film followed Little Nemo on a whimsical journey through the dream world of Slumberland. With captivating visuals and a surreal storyline, it made an impact on young viewers, though it rarely resurfaces in conversations about classic animated films. 4. The Indian in the Cupboard, 1995. Based on the beloved children's book, this live-action adventure brings a small plastic figurine to life. The movie's heartwarming yet action-packed plot, with a message about friendship and responsibility, captured imaginations but has since faded from the limelight. 5. Flight of the Navigator, 1986. This sci-fi adventure featured a young boy who finds himself in a spaceship controlled by a quirky AI, exploring the universe. While it introduced many to the wonder of space travel, Flight of the Navigator is rarely mentioned today in the pantheon of great family sci-fi. 6. Ferngully, The Last Rainforest, 1992. An early animated environmental film, Ferngully tells the story of magical forest creatures trying to save their home from deforestation. It was packed with memorable characters, yet somehow it never reached the lasting fame of other animated classics from the 90s. 7. Heavyweights, 1995. This comedy about a weight loss camp for kids, led by a young Ben Stiller as the eccentric camp counselor, was a humorous take on body positivity and self-acceptance. Although it has a small cult following, it doesn't get the same recognition as other kid-focused comedies of the time. 8. The Brave Little Toaster, 1987. A group of household appliances ventures out into the world to find their owner in this unexpectedly emotional animated film. With surprisingly deep themes, The Brave Little Toaster resonated with kids on a level they may not have fully understood, but the film itself remains relatively obscure. 9. Warriors of Virtue, 1997. Combining martial arts, fantasy, and adventure, Warriors of Virtue centered on a young boy transported to a mystical world where kangaroo warriors defend a magical land. It's as bizarre as it sounds but was a unique watch for any 90s kid. Yet, it's largely been forgotten in movie history. 10. A Troll in Central Park, 1994. This Don Bluth film follows a gentle troll with a magical green thumb who ends up in New York City. The fantastical storyline and whimsical animation captured young imaginations but never gained the widespread recognition of other Bluth films. These hidden treasures may not make best of lists today, but for those who grew up with them, they're unforgettable reminders of a simpler time in movie magic.